Backstage correspondent TJ Lopes. I am here with the baddest man alive, Leeroy Shogun. First of all, thank you for allowing me into this place, stay out of the cold for a little bit. Thank you for giving me just a few minutes of your time, so I'll get right to it. It seems that you and IKKI have this newfound respect for one another, and he came up just short, came so close to taking that Proving Ground Championship from Brian Atomic last week. Obviously, you were at ringside for that, so tonight, it is your opportunity to do the same. What will it take for you to defeat Brian Atomic tonight?
First of all, let me address the situation with me and IKKI. You know, that kid don't need me. You know, that boy's been flying high since before I crossed his path. But I feel like with me in his corner, ain't nothing gonna stop him. But Brian Atomic did. You're champion around here. And the only reason why you champion is because you ain't faced me. And all I need is one shot of lethal injection. So when I scream, do y'all want to see a dead body? It is what it is once I catch you. So keep your guard up, Atomic. Because that's the only reason why you're champion. You got any other questions?
No, sir, I do not. Good luck in your match tonight. Will Leeroy Shogun become your next Proving Ground champion? We'll find out in our main event tonight.
Clearwater, Florida. I'm your host and ring announcer Michael James, and this is WWN Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem. We have a great show this evening, including the main event for the WWN Proving Ground Championship. As your champion, the walking nuke, Brian Atomic, who will be defending his gold against the baddest man alive, Leeroy Shogun. So without further ado, let's get underway. Opening bout is a tag team contest set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first. And their opponents. They weigh in at a total combined weight of 350 pounds. The team of the Devilish Kid, Donovan, Roze, and one half of the Dojo Hunters, Ryan, the Sensei.
On a chilly January night here in Clearwater, Florida. We welcome you to the OCC Road House for episode 3 of season 2 of WWN Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem. I am your man on the sticks for tonight, TJ Lopes. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot of fantastic matches to get to tonight, including our main event in which Brian Atomic will be defending his WWN Proving Ground Championship against the baddest man alive, Leeroy Shogun. But we open things up tonight with a little bit of tag team action. As you see, Brian the Sensei making his way to the ring with his partner, the Devilish Kid, Donovan Roze.
I know you well enough to know.
We are underway here at the OCC Road House. As again, Ryan the Sensei looking for, at least temporarily, a new partner, if not a permanent new member of the Dojo Hunters in the absence of his partner, Coban Castillo. It appears that Ryan the Sensei is trying to reason with Univice, and if I know anything about this recently formed, or this new, not recently formed, but this new attitude of vice and violence may not work. And there you go, as Univice just obliterates Ryan the Sensei with a clothesline. And, you know, Univice, king of the Southeast, just recently returned from injury. He was gone for a few months, and we didn't really know where his head was at with everything that Brute Ray Elliott had gotten himself into. There's a nice shoulder tackle from Vice, but boy, did he return with quite literally a vengeance. Helping his partner Elliott attack Rafael Gonzalez, and he just ate that clothesline. No effect on Univice, but that crossbody had an effect. Cover early on, and Vice kicks out at 1. And now here comes the Devilish Kid, Donovan Roze. We saw him last at Wrestle Expo, had a couple of nice showings for himself, and now getting his opportunity here at Proving Ground. And as you can see, that was probably not what Roze was planning, as now he's got to deal with the 300-pounder, the Brute Ray Elliott. Kid looking to use his quickness there, a kick right to the back of the knee, and another one, and again, Roze using that quickness, and now that's not where you want to be. You don't want to get caught by the Brute. Heavy forearm shots in the corner. Brute, 300-pounder from Chicago, Illinois, getting drop kicked into the corner there. And another one. Donovan Roze doing his best to stay away from the Brute, and he just gets thrown down with the greatest of ease by the man who puts violence in vice and violence. Look at the easy power of the Brute Ray Elliott. Tags in Univice. A lot of strength in his game as well. Just a simple elbow drop cover and a 2 count. Already in Univice, those piston-like left hands. Now, look at the ferocity of Univice. And again, these two men been together a while as tag team partners, but for a long time it didn't seem like they were on the same page. And then when Univice returned to help the Brute Ray Elliott attack Hound Dog, whom we still have not heard hide or hair from since that attack, they have been on a very devious page indeed, and a big clothesline in the corner. And a huge elbow turns Roze inside out, and a kick out at 2. He's got to find a way to get to his corner, tag in Ryan the Sensei, and for Roze, this is Probably a little bit more like a tryout for him. I'm not sure if he would become a permanent member of the Dojo Hunters, but at the very least, somebody who Ryan the Sensei can count on to have his back until the return of his partner, El Cazador Coban Castillo, who we wish a speedy recovery from, obviously. But you'd think, for Vice and Violence,
One in, one out, let's go.
a man from Miami, Florida, and a brute, 300-pound brute from Chicago, Illinois, wouldn't have a whole lot in common. And a big suplex, followed up by a splash. But the one thing these two men have in common right now is they want to inflict as much pain and punishment as humanly possible.
Come on, Sensei. Come on, Sensei. You want to tag, Sensei?
And Univice obviously mocking Ryan the Sensei in the corner.
Come on.
Vice and Violence have done a nice job of cutting off that half of the ring here. Obviously, great tag team wherewithal. That's what happens when you bend together a while. This is the first time, at least that I'm aware, that Roze and Ryan the Sensei have tagged together. They're going to have to learn each other's strengths, each other's weaknesses, and you can't do all of that just in the dojo. You got to step in that ring, and Roze trying to fight out of it, but all it takes is a couple heavy shots from Ray Elliott to get the Devilish Kid back down.
I'm crushing him this time.
And I'm sure Vice and Violence, they made it pretty clear, they are none too happy that the men that they beat 2 weeks ago, Tone and Blackjack, got a chance at the tag champs before they did, but the Brute just ate the canvas, went for a big splash, missed everything, and this could be Rose's opportunity. Can Donovan Roze get to his corner so the Sensei can try to turn this match around? And on a chilly night here at the OCC Road House, we have a hot tag to Ryan the Sensei. The Sensei throwing his legs in every direction, taking out both members of Vice and Violence. Able to stop in the corner, and that slick shot kick brings down Univice. Cover, could this be it? No, and a kick out at 2. Ryan the Sensei doing a great job against two men that he's got the size disadvantage against, and now let's see what these two have in mind. But Ray Elliott takes out Ryan the Sensei, fires him into the ring post. Univice, $1 million slam.
Tag, one in, one out. Let's
That
go.
beautiful full Nelson slam has just took all the air out of Donovan Rose's body and every member of our audience here at the OCC Road House. And this is not the sight that you want to see if you are Donovan Roze. Double choke slam. You can count to 100.
Here are your winners, the team of the Brute, Ray Elliott, and the King of the Southeast, Univice, Vice and Violence.
Vice and Violence pick up a huge win here tonight. That's 2 wins in a row for these guys since coming back with this new attitude here for Season 2. And this new season of WWN Proving Ground may mean a new season of pain and suffering for the tag team division, with Vice and Violence doing what they do best. And again, these guys cannot be happy that the gentlemen that they beat 2 weeks ago got to face the tag champs, and these guys did not. So they went out to prove their worth tonight, and they did so convincingly. For Ryan the Sensei and Donovan Roze, they're going to have to get right back to the drawing board as Univice and Ray Elliott pick up their weapons and head on out of here, as we still have a lot of fantastic wrestling to get to tonight. Congratulations, Vice and Violence.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first,
This match is set to shake, rattle, and roll that ring around as best they can. Two big boys getting in the ring and going one-on-one. The menace, Dennis Fense, and that man, Big Boy Patty, who we have not seen since his foray into the Young Guns Invitational. Good to see him back here at Proving Ground in Season 2, but a tough assignment for him tonight against the large and oftentimes in charge, the menace, Dennis Fense. And look at Dennis Fense charging in with ferocity, but Big Boy Patty was smart enough to it. And I said these two were gonna shake, rattle, and roll the ring, and they are doing just that already. And look at Dennis Fense. Not many men can knock him out of the ring, but Big Boy Patty does just that. So impressive. Then a flying axe handle off the apron. And these two big men are going to beat the hell out of each other for as long as one of them can take it. And again, both these men were in the Young Guns Invitational. Both ended up losing, but both were quite impressive in their attempts at winning the Francisco Chiazzo Young Guns Invitational. Big Boy Patty would lose to an eventual finalist in TJ Brady, but he just got flattened by the menace. And a cover early on here. Big Boy Patty able to get his shoulder up at 2, and you hear the frustration from Dennis Fense, and I don't blame him. He has struggled since Season 2 opened. A couple of losses in his last few matches. Certainly wants to get on the right track here tonight. Put himself in contention for some gold in 2026, although the man that's that unhinged, I'm not sure he necessarily cares about gold. He might just be in the game for the love of hurting people, and he's doing just that to Big Boy Patty right now. And Big Boy Patty, not an easy man to keep down. We've seen him do such impressive things for a man his size. Very technical, can get to the top rope if need be, but really well known for that bruising, Southern strong style. And speaking of bruising, world's strongest slam by Fense. Cover, could this be it? No, Patty gets that that right shoulder up. And you could see the frustration growing on Dennis's face. Again, he has struggled to open up 2026 here, and he would love nothing more than to put Big Boy Patty away. And now that vice grip on the cranium of Big Boy Patty. One of those losses we talked about from Dennis Fense came at the hands of Baby Keith just last week. Fense dominated 95% of that match, just got caught in the end. Certainly does not want to make the same mistake tonight as Patty, with elbows to the back of the neck, trying to get out of that bear hug, and he does just that. Fense going for a lariat, and instead he caught a forearm shot and another one. Went for a clothesline of his own, and he got him, and down goes Fense. The strength of Big Boy Patty to take down the 300-plus pound Ennis the Menace. And Fense is rocked down to his knees. And could he be going for it here? Butcher's knife, forearm. That may do it, cover. He got him.
Here is your winner, Big Boy Patty.
And Big Boy Patty vanquishes Dennis Fense here tonight. And once again, Fense dominates a lot of this contest, really was in control. But Big Boy Patty able to withstand the punishment and hit that butcher's knife, and that's going to call it. And the former butcher picks up a win here tonight. Congratulations, Big Boy Patty. And of course, welcome back to Proving Ground. Looking for big things from Big Boy here in 2026. What a start we've had. to Proving Ground, and so much more yet to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a women's bout set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first.
Well, folks, 1 week ago, Bii Bii had an opportunity at the WWN Proving Ground Women's Championship, and tonight she has anything but an opportunity at that championship. She has to face someone who, quite literally, has been obsessed with her for months. I remember talking to Ravyn Knight back in November, and she told me how Lilith was obsessed with Bii Bii, how Lilith wanted nothing more than to be Bii Bii's friend. Now, folks, I don't really know about all that. What I do know is Ravyn Knight is dangerous, she's dark, and dare I say, she's a little bit out of her mind. The name of the game, tonight is Survive, and Bii Bii, Ravyn Knight was distracted, a knee in the corner roll-up. Oh my goodness!
Here is your winner, the Puerto Rican Sweet Demon, Bii Bii.
Bii Bii, what? I mean, my goodness, I didn't even really get a chance to tell you guys what was going on. Speed Demon, I mean, yeah, I said the name of the game was Survive. I guess that's one way to do it. I mean, that must have been 10 seconds. Oh, Ravyn Knight is gonna be absolutely apoplectic after this. But for Speed Demon Bii Bii, she's able, at least for now, to get out of Dodge. Ravyn Knight so obsessed with talking to Lilith that she didn't pay attention to the bell being rung, and my gosh, that cost her tonight. And she is still screaming at Lilith. I'm not sure how much Lilith is at fault here, but either way, Ravyn Knight is not gonna be happy. And she just, I don't know if you guys can read lips, she just told Lilith, you have to focus. Clearly, Ravyn Knight has gone off the deep end, and I cannot imagine this is gonna be good.
I'm gonna hurt you. I'm going to make you my next victim.
I cannot imagine this is gonna be good for her or for Speed Demon Bii Bii, especially after that video, and if you saw it, I don't want to know what's in that bag, folks.
I understand, but you should have literally helped me and got out of my head and did more. What happened was not okay. And I told you when we got out here that you should have had my back because we are best friends. What do you want, TJ?
I'm sorry, but I've been tasked to come out here and ask you.
You really want to ask me a question after everything that just happened?
Not particularly, but it's my job.
Then why are you asking?
Because it's my job.
I know, Lilith. We really have to tell him, right? I'm going to let you know something, and I need you to tell WWN management and Bii Bii know this. Bii Bii is going to die.
Okay. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first. And their opponents.
Any day now, Bii, let's go.
Well, this newly formed team of Tone Felix and Blazing Hot Blackjack have been so impressive since they got together here at Season 2 of WWN Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem, including a victory last week against the Tag Team Champions. And this is another huge opportunity for these guys to be one of the most established and accomplished tag teams we have here at Proving Ground. And for TJ Brady and Damian Gemini, another opportunity to show what they've learned since the end of 2025.
I got a big old Brady. Yeah.
And we are underway here. This tag team match gets rolling here, and we start with TJ Brady and Blazing Hot Blackjack. And you have to wonder, obviously, I'm sure Tone Felix and Blackjack had plenty of tape to study on TJ Brady and Damian Gemini, both as individuals and as a team. But for Felix and Blackjack, their tape is so brief, having only teamed a handful of times together. And look at
Blackjack putting Brady all the way to the top rope, and Brady able to get out of it, and a nice move from TJ Brady. And again, such little tape on Blackjack and Felix. I wonder how much La Media has been able to study up on their opponents tonight, but certainly TJ Brady as confident as ever, and if we know anything about TJ Brady, that is not even close to a surprise. Blackjack with a side headlock now, once again on Brady, and look at Brady able to use that right foot, driving down the knee to get out of it, reverse it, but the strength of blazing hot Blackjack rolls him up into a cover here, only a 1 count for Blackjack, sweeps the leg, another cover, kick out again. Sweeping his leg, another cover, and another kick out. These two men showing off their impressive athleticism so far tonight. And if you think just because Felix and Blackjack have only been teaming for a few weeks that they're going to be pushovers, La Media has another thing coming. And here comes that dog, Damian Gemini, who, much like his partner, had a rough end to 2025 and now gets in there with Tone Felix. Tone Felix, I'd like to start out talking about, he was a former D3 running back. That gives you a nice clear picture of the kind of athlete that Tone Felix is, not to be pushed around. Doesn't matter what level of college football you are at, being a running back, it is physical, it is bruising, it is punishing, but most importantly, you have to be some kind of an incredible athlete to be able to pull that off, and Tone Felix is certainly that. For Damian Gemini, time to see what he's got to bring to the table, and look at this. Tone Felix tried to reverse it with a scoop slam, but Gemini able to hang on and roll through now, attacking that left shoulder. Back in comes TJ Brady. That is not where you want to be if you're Felix. That is what we call enemy territory. And quick sensation of tags here. Damian Gemini with an axe handle off the top rope, and once again, look at this. Quick tag after quick tag, and another axe handle, and these guys just punishing the left arm of Tone Felix right now. It looks like they're going for it again. And this time, not an axe handle, but a double stomp right onto that arm. And again, a lot of Felix's power comes from those broad shoulders. And with that left arm out of commission, it's going to be difficult for him to get back in this thing. And look at the double team action from La Media. And this is what happens when you've been teaming as long as these guys have. Cover by Brady on Felix, and a kick out at 2.
Stay in the bud. Stay in it. Come on, I'm right here.
What a night we have had so far, and nights like this would not be possible without each and every one of you watching, every single person here in the audience, and of course without our sponsor, Territory Tees. We would not be able to put on shows like this without those guys, and there you go, right on cue. And a kick out by Felix. If you are interested in checking out our sponsor, Territory Tees, then go to www.territorytees.com. That's TERRITORYTEES.com, territorytees.com. And if you're here in the building, you can also check out our booth. We have it set up every single week. And a stomp into a senton, cover onto Felix, and a kick out. Once again, thank you so much to our sponsor, Territory Tees. And perhaps you can get those La Media t-shirts on Territory Tees that Gemini and Brady are wearing right now. And for La Media, it's really time that these guys figure out what kind of team they want to be. And regardless of everything that's happened to them, they certainly seem like they are on the same page with each other. And a double bulldog out of the corner. Look at this. Cover on Felix, and still Felix not willing to submit. And it took all 6 hearts of Tone Felix to kick out of that one. And now finally Felix able to get some offense in here, able to get away from both La Media. Oh, and Gemini able to counter that. He went for that springboard zigzag. And a tag. TJ Brady is legal. I do believe our referee, Chris, did see the tag. Cover and a kick out.
Get the tag. Come on, stay in it. Come on, tag.
And man, Tone Felix just has not been able to get out of the blocks here, and Blackjack has been standing on the apron just dying to tag in. But WWN has done a fantastic job of isolating not just Tone Felix, but specifically that left arm, and now you see Brady going after it again. Blackjack trying to get his partner fired back up here. I can't imagine the pain going through the left side of the body of Felix. And Brady once again tags in Gemini, who comes in with a big kick. And Tone Felix, can't only imagine, is running out of gas. And not a whole lot on that kick out. And you notice with the way that these guys are covering Felix, they're forcing him to use that left shoulder, that injured left shoulder, to kick out of every single pinning opportunity. So smart. It's those little things that matter when it comes to these, but what a counter from Felix. Ducks. And a spear! A slingshot spear, or at the very least a shoulder tackle. He didn't get all of it, but either way it was effective enough to get some space. Now can Felix get to Blackjack? The biggest man in this match, blazing hot Blackjack, and sometimes that's all it takes in these kinds of matches. Can Felix get to his corner? Dragging his way, in comes Brady, and in comes Blackjack! Blackjack looking to be blazing hot on a cold night in January. Blackjack balancing on the ropes. Ducks underneath, springboard elbow, he's got it! TJ Brady flying all over the ring in a big clothesline from Felix. And now it's the former running back's turn to start running over WWN. Throws down Gemini. And what are they going for here?
Who's the single one? Oh, it's him. Two.
And I couldn't exactly tell what Blackjack said. I think he just asked who's the legal one. And a double team stop combination, and down goes Brady. Honestly, at this point, I'm starting to question who's legal. I do believe it is TJ, but I guess no, never mind. It's Damian Gemini cover. And Brady just able to get his hand on to Blackjack. I do think Gemini kicked out regardless, but either way, a smart veteran move from TJ Brady, and he just gets flung into that second rope. Wow. Now Blackjack and Felix. And oh no, Felix takes a tumble and Blackjack gets drop kicked into the corner. Shotgun drop kick from Gemini. And this match is completely breaking down. All four men in the ring. Our referee got to get some semblance of control here. And well, let's just call that a whirling dervish from WWN. Beautiful tag team action on both sides. Clothesline, bulldog combination, double cover on Blackjack, but Blackjack kicks out. What a match we are seeing here. Blackjack screaming in agony, but able to kick out of both those men, and that just tells you the strength and the will of blazing hot Blackjack. The fire in his gut burning as hot as ever, but right now he's got to find a way to stop this WWN onslaught.
But he's asking for it.
And wow, he said he was asking for it, and Gemini Blue Thunderbomb is headed now. Kick out again. So close for Blackjack and Felix. Tag, in comes Felix. TJ Brady jaw-jacking with the crowds, coming back to bite him. Looking for it. Oh man! Big ending stomp or knee combination. Is this it? No! Blackjack is thrown into Felix by TJ Brady. What a match we are seeing, and it has turned into absolute, for lack of a better word, and yes, pun intended, folks, absolute mayhem. And now it's just a brawl, and Chris has to get some semblance of control here. And these four men just trading blow after blow after blow. Neither team gaining any sort of control. And now, WWN double team, double super kick onto Blackjack. Felix charges in. Double flapjack. Could this be it? And Blackjack this time throws Brady into the pinfall. Both teams fighting for their lives here, and this just shows you how talented this roster is. Blackjack swinging wildly with that clothesline, and Brady with a series of strikes. Damian Gemini. Laudmedia with the high-low combination. Could this be a no? Kick out! I can't tell you how many teams I've seen that move sink to the depths, but not Blazing Hot Blackjack tonight, at least not yet. My goodness, what a match, folks, we are seeing right now.
TJ, do it now!
Oh, and Brady almost hit his partner on accident, and Blackjack comes back and takes out both men with a drop kick. Could he be going for it again? That big ending. Stop combination! Cover! He got him!
Here are your winners, the team of Tone Felix and Blazing Hot Blackjack.
Tone Felix and Blazing Hot Blackjack, I do not mince words and I do not exaggerate when I say, have picked up in the last 2 weeks the 2 biggest victories of their respective careers. In consecutive weeks, they have beaten the WWN Proving Ground Tag Team Champions in Exodus, excuse me. And then tonight, Laudmedia falls by the wayside of the man who's blazing hot and the man who's got 6 hearts. Blazing Hot Blackjack and Tone Felix, congratulations. And I'll tell you what, there was no sneaking up on them tonight. They earned every ounce of that victory. And for Laudmedia, I gotta ask you guys at home, where do you go from here? A big victory in 6-man tag competition last week, but this week feels like they have regressed right back to the mean. Any of my math majors out there will know exactly what that means. No pun intended, or pun intended, however you feel like interpreting it. But either way, Laudmedia with a heck of an effort tonight, but unfortunately, as it seems, at the tail end of 2025, those struggles continue as no matter their effort, they have come up short again. And oh my goodness, now Gemini and Brady getting into it a little bit here. And oh no.
Forget what Simon says. Forget, he's not here yet again, which I said weeks ago. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? I'm looking out for you and me.
Oh, for me, I was looking out for us when I did what he said to do, which is break his knuckles.
That didn't work. That didn't work, did it? It never does.
Well, Damian Gemini letting TJ Brady know how he feels about his methods of late. Obviously coming, presumably, the tactics from their mentor Simon Says, and TJ Brady pleading his case. But either way, these guys seems to be on identical pages to start the night and are in completely different chapters to end their match. And I guess the only thing I can say is, where does Laudmedia go from here? We'll have to find out. But for right now, we are going to take a brief break. So enjoy some past action from here at WWN. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of WWN Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem. You guys ready for your next bout? Make some noise! Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first,
Respect me!
And his opponent,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WWN Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem. We are in episode 3 of season 2, and it is about to get mad in more ways than one, as the Mad Hatter is about to face off against someone who appears to be very mad, as in very angry, in Matthew Ennis. Matthew Ennis already screaming at some of our fans here. It's someone who is obsessed with people respecting him. It's written all over his gear and written all over his face. Our referee Gator is going to try to get a little bit of semblance of control here. A bit of a chaotic start already as we come back for our second half of the show here.
Ring the bell.
And we are underway, and happy to see Rafael Delgado back here at Proving Ground. We haven't seen him since Wrestle Expo in the beginning of January, or excuse me, the beginning of December. And as you can see, Delgado looking for a handshake, and Ennis emphatically declining. Very disrespectful act from Matthew Ennis, but we've come to expect nothing less from the ferocious and vicious Matthew Ennis. And Ennis backing Delgado into the corner and attacking him with that right shoulder into the gut. Rafael Delgado. And again, Delgado trying to show good sportsmanship, and Ennis was not having any of it. And he may be mad, but certainly Delgado has done his best to do the right thing over the years, but not afraid to get dirty when he has to. Big left hand, and Ennis quickly rolls out of the ring to take a timeout. And for Matthew Ennis, last we saw him, well, he was just here last week against the debuting Chris Marvelous, and Ennis picked up the win. That big lariat that has felled so many other wrestlers, not only here at WWN, but all over the state of Florida and all over the country, namely at House of Champions. And Delgado showcasing his technical ability, throwing Matthew Ennis all around the ring in a power slam. Cover and a 2 count already here, and Rafael Delgado. Love to see more from him in 2026, and if you want to see more from us in 2026 and beyond, you can join Club WWN. Or if you just want to check us out, you can check us out at WWN Promotions or WWNLive on YouTube. The shows are completely free, obviously streaming on YouTube every single Monday night at 7 p.m. It streams free on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube.
Respect me!
Subscribe to the WWNLive YouTube channel. See every second of the best professional wrestling in the world, including these two gentlemen who we are expecting big things from in 2026. And Ennis able to withstand that early onslaught from Rafael Delgado, who certainly was not happy at the disrespect Matthew Ennis is showing, and now choking the Mad Hatter. Ennis letting our fans know how he feels. And again, Ennis been very successful all over the state of Florida. Cover and a kick out at 2. Former HOC heavyweight champion. Had a great 2025. of course, now gonna look to carry on that momentum here in 2026. And for Rafael Delgado, I have to be honest, I don't know if I want to try to pretend that I know what's going to be going on in that head or what he wants or what his motivations are. All I know is he is dangerous. And this is somebody that you do not want to mess with or get on the bad side, because if you know anything about the Mad Hatter, it's that you know nothing about the Mad Hatter. Matthew Ennis with that side chin lock applied, and now transitioning to more of a front face lock, and Delgado with a huge punch right to the gut. Ennis comes back with a chop, and oh! Rafael Delgado swatting Ennis like a fly. And let's see if Delgado gives the fans what they want. And not quite yet. And Ennis comes back with an elbow. The resilience of Matthew Ennis on display has taken the air out of the crowd. Cover and a kick out, nearly had it there. Matthew Ennis, what would be 2 huge wins for him in a row here at Proving Ground.
My nipple!
Well, that's an unfortunate spot for all that pain to be, but obviously Ennis trying to return the favor here with a huge chop to the back of the Mad Hatter. Rafael Delgado, again, last we saw him was at Wrestle Expo. He had quite an eventful weekend. Technically had 4 matches in 2 days, although again, that is technically, I won't get into the specifics of that, but Delgado fighting his way back into this one. Blocks the right, counters with another, and again. And now the jabs from the Mad Hatter. And the lefty, the southpaw with a big strike. And here comes Delgado. Up and down into the Samoan drop. And normally likes to have fun and smile, but right now the Mad Hatter has nothing but suffering in Matthew Ennis' future on his fate. Stalking Matthew Ennis. And Ennis fighting off that full Nelson and able to counter, sort of, but yes! And Gator did not see the low blow. Ennis used his own body as a shield, and then a roll-up. Gator cover, and he had the ropes! And Ennis steals it!
Here is your winner, Matthew Ennis.
Matthew Ennis with the low blow to the Mad Hatter and the roll-up. He used the ropes as an assist, grabbed right onto that second rope. And you can like it or you can hate it, but another big win for Matthew Ennis here. And Delgado obviously still feeling the effects of that blatant low blow from Matthew Ennis. And I shudder to think what Ennis is trying to do here.
You shake my hand and respect
He already left the handprint.
And Matthew Ennis now demanding Delgado shake his hand after Delgado's handshake was, oh my goodness, Delgado tells him what he thinks. He says respect that, Matthew Ennis. Rafael Delgado may have come up short in the match, but he's the one walking out of here after Matthew Ennis not only cheated to win the match, but tried to force Delgado to shake his hand after Ennis refused to do so at the beginning of the match. And boy, did Matthew Ennis pay for it. And just as quickly as Delgado hit that move, he is gone. And for Matthew Ennis, congrats on the big win, but certainly doesn't feel like he's walking out of here a winner right now. And folks, we still have so much more to come, including our main event championship match. More to come here in just a moment.
Delgado, I pick up the victory. You asked for respect at the beginning of that match when you should have been respecting me the whole time. And what do? You tried to not only embarrass me, but you give me a cheap shot. Ugh! I want round 2. Because round 2, violence gets achieved and the Mad Hatter gets put away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, Slade. I need that dub. Close another case tonight. Let's take it home, boys. And his opponent, he is making his proving ground return. We have from the island of enchantment in Puerto Rico, weighing at 176 pounds, this size all of the Caribbean, Perez.
Well, what a pleasant surprise we have here is Perez making his first appearance here on Proving Ground in somewhere around 2 years. It's been quite a while since we've been graced with his presence, repping the Jaka t-shirt. Obviously, rest in peace, Jaka. And he's gonna take on the Private Eye, Slade Porter. And again, welcome back, Perez. We did see Mr. Perez at the Do or Die Showcase just a little over a week ago.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ring the bell.
And we are underway. So not Perez's first WWN appearance in 2 years, but definitely his first Proving Ground appearance in somewhere around 2 years, and he draws a tough first assignment here, as now both men jockeying for position as we start this thing. And a big knee from Slade Porter. gets rid of the standoff. And for Porter, I mean, what a match we saw last week against the Hellhound Jay Sky in his bid for the Multimedia Championship. Fortunately for Porter, came up a little bit short, but so impressive in that match last week, and an impressive chop from Perez there. Porter now able to turn this thing around, and Porter with a few strike knees and a cover, and already a 2 count on Perez and Slade. Porter, I will say, certainly has to be frustrated coming into this one again after losing that match last week to Jay Sky. Been in this business a long time. Wanted to hold singles gold here in WWN since its inception, and Aris Perez with an arm drag, and now a flipping arm drag. And a big kick catches Porter on the side of the head, and now a drop kick, and Aris Perez is fired up here on a Monday night. And went for the kick. Porter able to dodge and get out of the way. And look at the quickness of Perez with a shotgun drop kicks, cover, and a kick out by Porter. Once again, we did see Aris Perez at the Do or Die showcase. He was in the finals of that showcase, but did come up short against Onyx Caballero, another young up-and-comer here in the state of Florida. And Perez, looking for that kick in the corner, did not get it. And now, look at that, targeting that left knee. We all know what that's about. Setting up for the games of foot. And a backbreaker to Perez. Cover by Porter. Could this be it? And a kick out at 2. And Porter, you could see the frustration. Saying that the case is closed. I would have to respectfully disagree. It's like still a lot of fight left in Aris Perez, but it may not be for long, and a kick out by Perez. Slade Porter, one of the OGs here at Proving Ground, was on the very first episode. We just recently, at the end of 2025, celebrated 10 years here at WWN, and again, Porter was on the very first episode here, so this is somebody who we are all so familiar with, has grown and adapted over the years. Obviously, very successful in his other career as a private eye. Cover! Another kick out by Perez. You can see both men becoming a little bit frustrated. Perez not able to get out of the blocks since the early going, and Porter not quite able to put Aris away. Now, very unique submission, using Perez's own arm as a weapon, and now using his knee to push even farther, put even more pressure on that neck and shoulder. And Perez has to be able to fight out of this thing.
He can't hear you. You can't help him.
Porter letting the fans know that they cannot help Aris Perez. And he is very right about that. Able to escape, and an elbow drop right to the side. And a kick out at 1. Porter got a little bit too cocky there. And now Perez hits that kick in the corner. Looks like he was looking for a suplex, not able to get it, and then a kick right to the back of that left knee that Porter's been targeting since the beginning of the match. And then, nothing fancy about that, folks. Just a straight left hand right to the head. Cover and a kick out. And I know that may not look like much compared to a lot of the flashy, crazy, high-flying stuff you'll see tonight, but I can assure you there are very few moves in professional wrestling that are as dangerous and as effective as a straight right hand or a straight left hand right to the face. Looks like he's setting up for that leg breaker again, but this time Perez able to float over, going for a sunset flip. Can he flip his hips? Can he get Porter onto the ground? He's almost there. Porter able to get to the ropes. And look at that, able to now use those ropes to his leverage, stomping on the chest of Perez. And now once again, going right back to the knee, right back to that left joint, the ACL, the PCL, every other CL that you have in your knee is being torn and shredded by Slade Porter. And now a huge forearm. Falcon Arrow! Cover! No, not quite yet for Porter. Had a couple of big wins to end 2025 and start 2026 that put him in position for that multimedia championship match, and a great showing. But again, just wasn't able to go his way. So tonight, a victory would really get some momentum back on the side of the Private Eye.
Hey, come on, bring it back in. Let's go. Come on, back in the ring. Let's go. Come on. Come on, hey, come on, come on.
And look at this. Is he going to try to lock in the game's afoot in the corner? No! Maybe he was trying to, but Perez said, not today. Throwing, or pulling, I should say, Slade Porter into that ring post. And now Perez, even with that bad knee, climbing to the top rope. High red district and a drop kick. Hobbling around, but still able to hit that missile drop kick. And Perez with another big knee. Porter may be out. This may be it. Porter kicks out. Man, kicks out at 2. I thought Perez had him there. What a welcome back to Proving Ground that would have been for Aris Perez, but not quite yet. Perez still feeling the effects of all that targeting on that leg. Still see him hobbling around, but he's able to use the adrenaline to keep this thing going. But can he survive? And he went for a big kick. Lands on the ground, right on his back. But still somehow, look at the athleticism of Perez. Able to roll right through. Cover. He's got him. No! And a kick out. Beautiful roll there, and then a huge kick to the stomach. And look at the strength, even on basically one leg. Able to get him up. Porter able to counter, and then a punch directly to the kneecap. And now is the game afoot. It is indeed. And Perez taps out.
Here is your winner by submission, the Private Eye, Slade.
The Private Eye with a big win here, and he mentioned earlier on in the match that this case was going to be closed, and it appears he was correct.
You see that? You see that? I always get my man.
You heard him. Private Eye always gets his man, is what he says for all my non-lip readers out there. Private Eye certainly got his man tonight. What a fight. What a match from Aris Perez. Certainly a big welcome back for him, but did come up short against one of the standouts of Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem, and he has been for 10 years. Private Eye, Slade Porter. And folks, we still have so much action left for you. We still have the Francisco Chiazzo Young Guns Invitational winner, Roze Allday, going to be taking on the Reason IKKI. That's going to be coming up next. And then, of course, our main event, the WWN Proving Ground champion, Brian Atomic, defends his title against the baddest man alive. Backstage correspondent TJ Lopes here with a special guest, Mr. Aris Perez.
Yes.
Welcome back, sir. It has been quite a while since we've seen you here at Proving Ground, though we did see you, of course, at the Do or Die Showcase, but still, it's been several years since you've been right here at Proving Ground, so welcome back. How are you feeling after that tough loss today?
Life is a roller coaster, they say, right? So is our careers. We got to take those losses, but we got to use that as motivation so we can look forward to those wins, you know? So I'm motivated. I'm ready to go. This loss won't stop me.
Well, obviously you're saying it won't stop you, which must mean you are here to stay, and of course you have goals, you have ambitions.
What is the goal for Aries Perez right now?
Okay, so the goal for Aries Perez in 2026 in WWN is to regain my ACW Cruiserweight Championship.
I'm sorry, Mr. Perez, but I don't know if you know this, but that championship's actually been defunct for quite a while.
Yes. So I know that the championship was defunct. I know ACW is no longer a thing. I know that belt has become the WWN Multimedia Championship. But I'm here to say, when I lost that belt was prostituted. It was passed around like no tomorrow. There were no credible champions. I was the last credible champion. You see why? Because I ended Bobby Flacco's 2+ year reign with that belt. It took me hard work, sweat, and tears. I came here week in and week out, winning, losing, and I worked my ass off to get there. So my goal for 2026 is to go after that belt that took the place of a championship that meant the world to me. You know, they say sky's the limit, right? It doesn't take a mastermind to think about things like this. It just takes hard work and dedication, and that's what El Sazon is all about.
Well, once again, Aries Perez, welcome back to Proving Ground. We look forward to seeing big things from you in 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first. And his opponent,
Well, last week we saw IKKI come out with the baddest man alive, Leeroy Shogun. Obviously, given the fact that Leeroy Shogun is in our main event tonight, most likely he is preparing for that match. So as you can see, IKKI is sans the baddest man alive right now, but IKKI is dangerous enough on his own. You would have heard me talk to Leeroy Shogun earlier tonight, and he mentioned that IKKI can do anything he wants in this business, and he is dangerous, he is crafty, and when you get praise like that from somebody like the baddest man alive, certainly everybody tends to listen, but Roze Allday, as dangerous as they come in his own right, with the Francisco Chiazzo Memorial Young Guns Invitational winner.
Pipe down, so they're working it. Ring the bell.
And we are underway. And Roze Allday versus IKKI, two of the young standouts. And obviously, Roze Allday was the Francisco Chiazzo Memorial Young Guns Invitational winner this year. Won that trophy at WWN Supershow Battle for the Belts. And IKKI was supposed to be in that tournament and really was looked at as one of the favorites to win the whole thing. But several months ago, I was doing an interview with Rick Thames and we found IKKI laid out, taken out. We still don't really know who ended up doing that. Perhaps we will find out sometime down the road. I've constantly been asked who do I think did it, and quite frankly, folks, I have absolutely no idea. But either way, we are so glad to have IKKI back. And last week, he was so impressive against Brian Atomic, did come up short. But again, he's got such a bright future. Both these men do, obviously, with Roze Allday having the trophy to prove it. I mean, this is the guy that won the Young Guns Invitational. The whole point of it is to showcase the very best of the young stars we have here at Proving Ground, and Roze proving himself to be at the top of that pile right now.
Okay.
And Roze taking a look at the unorthodox, eclectic IKKI, a guy whose style is unmatched by really anybody we have ever seen. Obviously from Mexico City, trained in that Lucha Libre style, but it's not conventional Lucha Libre style that IKKI has. It's really, as Baby Keith said last week on commentary, it's IKKI style. It is nothing like anybody else has at Proving Ground. Let's look at IKKI, able to just use that athleticism, able to just use his body to get out of that. Incredible athleticism. For Roze, we've seen him be the underdog really in most of the matches he's been in since the start. And look at IKKI again. Unbelievable, able to turn this around. Look at the athleticism of IKKI. But again, Roze's kind of been the underdog in a lot of the matches he's been in, but that hasn't stopped him from picking up victory after victory after victory. So it doesn't really matter whether he's the betting favorite or the betting underdog. Roze Allday willing to do anything to come out on top. And right now he is on top of IKKI with that arm lock there. And IKKI, of course, a crowd favorite here at Proving Ground. Has been since the moment he arrived. Big shoulder tackle from Roze Allday, the inspirational one, letting you know how often he can do that shoulder tackle. I'll give you a hint, it sounds a lot like his last name. And now, look at IKKI with a Hurricane Rana. And there's a little bit of that Lucha Libre style of IKKI. And now, bouncing off the ropes, with arm drag. Once again, attacking that arm of Roze Allday, and a chop that actually hurt IKKI's hand right there. He hit him so hard. And for Roze, right now, coming out of the blocks, it looks like he's bitten off a little bit more than he can chew with this incredible IKKI. Look at the balance. Oh, but Roze quite literally pulls the rug right out from underneath IKKI.
Shut up!
And you might not like it, folks, but that was a smart counter from Allday. Cover on IKKI and a kick out at 2. And again, Roze Allday hasn't really been very flashy. He's not a guy that's going to sit there and ground and pound you. He's not going to blow you away with the high-flying artillery that other people have, like IKKI perhaps. He's not going to blow you away with submissions. He's not a ground and pound guy, but he's so good at just about everything. He's got a little bit of everything in his game. And of course, he's always willing to use that Roze to his advantage. And it's been working to his favor. He's been so successful since coming here to Proving Ground. And what an end to 2025 he had. Again, with that Young Guns Invitational victory at Battle for the Belts. And now he's got that leg trapped. IKKI trying to fight out of this thing. And for IKKI, this is a really important match to win. If you can pick up a victory against the Young Guns Invitational winner, that will catapult you right back to the top of that, hey, who are the best young guys we have at Proving Ground list? Not to say that IKKI's not already close to that, but certainly he'd make an argument that he's at the top of that list if he were to win this match tonight. And for Roze, he's on the run of a lifetime. You don't want to end that momentum. Speaking of ending the momentum, IKKI blocking those strikes from Allday. And right now, Roze Allday just looks completely out of sorts with the quickness and agility of IKKI. into the ropes, and Icky with a flying forearm. And Roze looked like his body tried to get up, and he just couldn't do it. It looked like his brain was telling him, hey, you gotta get up, and his body said, no, I gotta stay down here. And certainly I do not blame you after eating that forearm from Icky, but right now both men are down. For Icky, this would be a huge bounce back if he's able to pick up the win here. And for Roze, certainly you want to keep all the momentum that you built in 2025. Now going into season 2 of Proving Ground up and getting up is Icky. Kipping up is Icky. And now, what does Icky have for us? Going for a scoop slam there, not able to get it. Roze goes for a scoop slam of his own. Icky escapes out the back door. Goes for a spinning forearm, missed it. And now Allday able to throw Icky down to the mat. Hard cover. Did he get him? No! Just barely Icky able to get that shoulder up at 2. And for Allday, this is where that lack of experience can maybe get in his way. I don't know if I would be messing with Gator now. It's a man who got bit by an alligator, I think like 6 or 7 times or 9 times or whatever the heck it is. I don't think that's the guy you want to mess with if you're Allday. And again, that lack of experience may be getting him right now.
You're not going to do anything.
And what is happening? And oh my goodness, I couldn't tell. Did Gator just push him down? I don't know, but either way!
Here is your winner.
It was hard to tell what happened there, if Allday tripped or if Gator pushed him. I saw a little bit of a flex there. Maybe it was just a reaction by Gator to seeing him fall down, but either way, Icky steals a huge win against the Young Guns Invitational winner in Roze Allday. And I can't remember the last time Roze Allday lost a match here at Proving Ground. That's a big moment for Icky, and for Roze, man, again, that lack of experience in those situations really came back to bite Roze Allday. And now he's getting into it with Gator, and now that's TJ Brady. The man who lost the Young Guns Invitational to Roze Allday.
What you think I mean? Take my damn tournament! Huh? Get the fuck off! Get up!
And TJ Brady.
What are you gonna do? Nothing! Legal. Nothing!
Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize TJ Brady just hit him with the brass nuts, by the way. And here comes Icky. Icky's back to chase off TJ Brady, so Roze Allday just got clocked in the back of the neck with brass knucks. Roze Allday has barely moved, and for TJ Brady, all that frustration for his end of the year of 2025, and of course his loss earlier tonight to Tone Felix and Blazing Hot Blackjack, just boiling over here, attacking the man who beat him in the Francisco Chiazzo Memorial Young Guns Invitational. And thank goodness that Icky showing good sportsmanship, willing to come back. And again, Roze Allday is barely moved.
Oh, leave him down there.
Icky being a good sport here, picking up his opponent and even extending a hand. Oh man, and well, Roze Allday obviously none too willing to show the same respect that Icky just did, and shouldn't come as a shock to any of us. That's pretty much right on brand for Roze. Not grateful at all that Icky just saved his sorry self. Either way, congratulations to Icky, and hope that Roze Allday's okay. But coming up, we do have our main event. Brian Atomic defends his Proving Ground Championship against the baddest man alive, Leeroy Shogun, here in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event. It is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit and it is for the WWN Proving Ground Championship. Introducing first. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first the challenger. He is being accompanied by IKKI, representing the Gifted. He hails from Kyoto, Florida, weighing at 240 pounds. This is the baddest man alive, Leeroy Shogun. And his opponent, he hails from Waterbury, Connecticut, weighing in at 190 pounds. He is the reigning and defending WWN Proving Ground Champion, the Walking Nuke, Brian Atomic.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our main event has indeed arrived. The baddest man alive, Leeroy Shogun, looks to take gold home for the first time here at WWN against Brian Atomic. Folks, this is the big one, and you do see IKKI roaming around at ringside. We obviously saw Leeroy Shogun do the same thing for IKKI last week, and so this is as big an opportunity as Leeroy Shogun has had here. We have seen him fight for the gold before. Will tonight be the night he finally gets it done here at Proving Ground?
Boss, are you ready? Ring the bell!
And with that, this match is officially underway, and for Brian Atomic, he has defended the championship every single week. Now, granted, it's only been 3, but every single week since he has won that championship. Now, I know what you're thinking, folks. Man, really is a fighting champion. And yes, by definition, that is correct. But I talked to Brian Atomic a couple of weeks ago, and he told me he wants to defend the championship every single week. And I told him, wow, That's awfully noble of you, Mr. Atomic. And he said, oh no, I don't want to be noble. I just really enjoy beating the crap out of every person I walk in front of. And you know what? The way he wrestles, the way he moves in there, I certainly believe him. But can he do that against the baddest man alive tonight? We'll find out. Brian Atomic looking to take down the big man so far. Not quite able to do it. Got a hold of that left arm. And Shogun able to get himself out of it. Leeroy Shogun was gracious enough to give me a couple of minutes of his time, but certainly was not in a great mood when I talked to him before the show. But he told me tonight we are going to see a dead body, and I'm, you know, the way he said it, I'm fairly certain I might just believe him. Brian Atomic just got stomped right on his lower back.
Go ahead, pull your skirt up. Yeah.
And, you know, when you are in a business like this one, obviously defending a championship each and every single week means that you are getting somebody's best each and every week. And if you want to see our best each and every single week, you can join Club WWN. And to do so, you go to wwnlive.com, join the Club WWN. It's just $9.99 a month. Become a member today. You can get every single WWN Proving Ground, every single FIP show, every Shine show, every WWN PLE event, and, of course, everything from our past throughout all of the last 10 years and beyond. And then, of course, everything that is to come in all the years that we will be here. Join Club WWN today. It's just $9.99 per month to see the best professional wrestling in the world. I think that price is more than worth it. And speaking of price being more than worth it, is it worth it for Brian Atomic to defend this championship each and every single week? It can wear down your body. We see it all the time with fighting champions wanting to defend the championship every single week. Eventually that punishment, eventually that schedule, eventually the wear and tear on the body catches up to them, and Brian Atomic is being walloped by Leeroy Shogun right now. And look at the big man. Is he gonna fly here? Oh, and a back kick. How unique from Leeroy Shogun. And there he goes over the top with a corkscrew plancha. You're not going to see a guy that size do that very often. Holy cow, Leeroy Shogun.
Finish him, Shogun.
He's pulling out all the stops and a springboard moonsault. But Atomic moved out of the way, and Leeroy Shogun just had a Golden Corral, all-you-can-eat buffet of that canvas. Now Brian Atomic with a big stomp right to the forehead. And look at that. Float over senton by Brian Atomic. And again, he has just been so impressive. You could argue that 2025 was the year of Brian Atomic, capping off his stellar 2025 by defeating the Trailmonger Sage Scott at WWN Supershow. Battle for the belts to win that championship. Or excuse me, not at Battle for the Belts, the season finale of WWN Proving Ground, defeating Sage Scott. My apologies. Getting my timelines a little mixed up here. And Brian Atomic is a little mixed up right now as Leeroy Shogun showing everything in his bag tonight. And a kick out by Atomic. How impressive has Leeroy Shogun been to start this one, folks?
You heard him, Shogun. You heard him.
And you can see Brian Atomic win that championship against Sage Scott on the season finale, season 1 finale of WWN Proving Ground on the WWN Live YouTube channel. Everything that we have done here in Proving Ground is on there. And Leeroy Shogun is all over Brian Atomic right now.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
And there you go. Do y'all want to see a dead body? That's what he told me was going to happen earlier tonight.
Lethal injection!
He's looking for the lethal injection gifted to him by Jay Lethal, but Brian Atomic, wise enough to it, able to counter.
Come on, bring it back in, Joe.
And Atomic with a double stomp
Back in, let's go. Back in the ring.
on top of Leeroy Shogun. And
Come on, let's go.
Brian Atomic He's got to find a way to stack the high-powered offense we're so used to seeing from him. Because Leeroy Shogun has the size advantage. He has the strength advantage. He may even somehow have the agility advantage against Brian Atomic. So he's got to pull something out of his hat here.
Hey, come on, get him up the corner. Come on, hey, get him
Of
up.
course,
Come on,
I'd be remiss if I didn't once again mention the presence of IKKI on the outside. Now, we saw last week Leeroy Shogun had no interference, no presence whatsoever. He had nothing to do with the match last week, but that's not to say that IKKI won't have one in this one, so certainly want to keep an eye on that. Brian Atomic driving down Leeroy Shogun and attacking that left arm. And, you know, it's smart because lethal injection starts with a handspring, and if one of those hands or one of those arms isn't able to hold up any weight, it's not going to be able to do that handspring, or at the very least, not nearly as effectively. So this is a smart strategy by Brian Atomic. Leeroy Shogun able to get out of it, cover, and a kick out. Brian Atomic trying to put something together here. But Shogun just will not stay down for very long. You see all these covers and impact moves, and Shogun's just getting back up so quickly, and it has to be so mentally exhausting for someone like Brian Atomic, who again, has not been champion for very long, but has defended that championship several times. Will that wear and tear come into play tonight? Certainly hasn't so far. Driving that forearm and that wrist right into the jaw, and now cranking that neck. And I'll tell you what, folks, never been put in that move, but I can tell you just based on physics, that shoulder joint, that labrum, that rotator cuff of Leeroy Shogun, it is in all kinds of agony right now. And Shogun fighting back here with a couple of rights. And now Shogun gets Brian Atomic up, but again, look at Atomic going right after that left arm. Right after it, and now Shogun down to a knee. How smart was that counter by Brian Atomic?
What do you say?
And again, what a year of 2025 for Brian Atomic. You could argue that that was the year of Brian Atomic, but he's hoping 2026 will be even better. And hanging Leeroy Shogun shoulder up, and now a kick right to the side of the head, and Shogun crumbles into the corner. And look at that! Slingshot double kick. And Atomic now a running drop kick into the corner, right under the side of the head of the baddest man alive. Will this be it? And Leeroy Shogun just able to get to the ropes. Great ring awareness by the veteran, but I'll tell you what, it's not a good sign if you're a fan of Leeroy Shogun, if he's having to resort to getting to the ropes already. While we are here, we want to say a huge congratulations to our year-end award winners. August Artois, Eric Ademia, Vice and Violence, Emily Locke. Vice and Violence winning Moment of the Year as well, on top of winning Tag Team of the Year. And then, of course, Match of the Year being the Ecstasy of Gold at WWN Supershow Battle for the Belts. One of those many, many matches you can check out if you have a Club WWN membership. And right now, this match, an early contender for Match of the Year. What a match we are seeing here between Brian Atomic and Leeroy Shogun. And I'll tell you what, Shogun really dominated pretty much the entirety of the early part of this thing, and Atomic was able to weather the storm and come back here to really slow this match down. And typically when you don't have the size advantage, you're the one wanting to pick up the pace, but in this one, Atomic has done the smart thing, not let Shogun pick up the momentum and slowed things down to the Walking Nuke's pace. Will this be it? After that stomping, man, look at the barely any power on that kick out by Shogun, and you have to wonder if his energy and strength is being sapped by this constant barrage of kicks and knees by Brian Atomic. And this crowd trying to get Leeroy Shogun back into this thing. And well, I think it might have worked, because Leeroy Shogun just shouting at Brian Atomic, telling him to come on, telling him to bring it on. And he doesn't get called the baddest man alive because he's not willing to get kicked a few times. And now, Leeroy Shogun goozling Brian Atomic. And now Leeroy Shogun with a quick barrage of strikes and a huge chop. And just like that, Leeroy Shogun's got a little bit of momentum. And Atomic comes back with a chop of his own. Look at Ferrat, slingshot DDT, not able to get it. Ducks underneath, springboard. Went for that back heel kick and he got it. Signature Brian Atomic, cover. Could this be it? Will this end Leeroy Shogun's attempt? No. And IKKI fired up at ringside, trying to get Leeroy Shogun back into this thing. And Brian Atomic, you can see that look on his face. He thought he had that one there. Now he's telling you what he thinks. He thinks this thing is over. Could he be going for the best foot stomp ever here? Doesn't look like it yet, but certainly we know that's in the back of the mind of Brian Atomic at all times in matches like this one, and now a sleeper hold applied. And you can't be the baddest man alive if you are unconscious. And Brian Atomic looking to make Leeroy Shogun just that. Shogun fighting out of this. All the heart and the resilience. Somebody as dangerous as Shogun, it's a lethal combination to have this much heart and that many guts. And look at the combination of strikes and chops from the man from Kyoto, Florida. Able to escape out of it. Look at the quickness of Shogun. Springboard, could he be looking for lethal injection? Not quite there yet. Atomic able to avoid, but Shogun comes right back, and now the pace has quickened. Bounced off the knee and a big kick to the spine. Drops him right on the back of the neck. Could this be it? Cover. Could we have a new champion? No, Atomic. Just able to get that left shoulder off the canvas. And for now, that championship still in his grasp, but that grasp is slipping. And could this be Leeroy Shogun's night? Could this be the night he finally claims his spot at the top? Could he be looking for lethal injection? And no, he got caught into an armbar. What a counter from Brian Atomic! One of the most dangerous moves in all of professional wrestling and combat sports in general. An armbar locked in, but look at Shogun able to use those hips to flip. And now the strength of Shogun. Atomic, sunset flip. 2 and no, Shogun just able to get out of it. What a main event we have here in episode 3 of season 2 of Proving Ground. And now he went for this earlier. Springboard tornado DDT. And a knee right to the nose of Shogun. That's gotta do it. And still, no! Shogun not going down easily tonight. And these fans starting to chant, "This is awesome," and I could not agree more. I said earlier on, this was an early match of the year candidate, and I'll tell you what, this is gonna be tough to beat for anybody that's gonna follow this in shows to come. And that battle cry only means one thing. Atomic going for the best foot stomp ever. No, Shogun able to roll out of the way. Atomic charges in, Shogun with a boot. Now he goes to the top. Wow! Driving Atomic's head into the mat. A flipping DDT. And no, I didn't just say that as an expletive. I meant that as he quite literally did a flip into a DDT. What else could we possibly see today? Wait a minute. Guys, get the cameras on this. That's Loud Mania. They're attacking IKKI. Hasn't TJ Brady done enough tonight? And what a match we are seeing, and now you have to wonder what in the world are these guys doing attacking IKKI, and Shogun just flipped over the top rope and just took out Loud Mania. Shogun standing up for his friend IKKI. But right now, Leeroy Shogun, he's got to refocus. He's got to get himself back into the ring. There's still a championship match going on. Trying to make sure Laudamendia stays down. Our referee already had a count of 5. And oh my God, that's Ray Elliott. I think that's Uni Vice. Vice and Violence are out here now. They're attacking. And the referee, wait a minute, the referee's at a count of 10. Or excuse me, at a count of 9 now. Well, Leeroy Shogun just got counted out. Brian Atomic retains, but right now, Vice and Violence and Laudamendia are just beating the hell out of each other. And oh my God, wait a minute, that's Toad Felix. That's blazing on Blackjack. The tag team division is breaking down here at Monday Night Mayhem. And wait a minute, Brian Atomic just said, I'm getting the heck out of here. I don't want any part of this, and I don't blame him. And now, finally, our referees, Commissioner Rick Thames, trying to get control here. Leeroy Shogun, IKKI, Blackjack, Tone Felix, Vice and Violence, Laudamendia, our entire tag division almost is out here, beating the hell out of each other. This is, well, this is mayhem. Damian Gemini and IKKI just beating the hell out of each other in the ring, and now, what's Damian Gemini doing? Wait a minute, Gemini! Tope Suicida! Damian Gemini takes out the entire field. Well, except for one. And if I know anything about IKKI, here he comes! IKKI flies! Corkscrew plancha! What in the world is happening?
Come on.
Rick Thames can't get control. IKKI's the only one on his feet right now. What in the world has happened tonight? And what in the world is going to happen next week?
Come on. Break it up, guys. Let's go. Let's go to the bag. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am completely floored as to what I am seeing right now, but I guess I gotta sign off here for TJ Lopes, for everybody here at WWN at Proving Ground. Thank you so much for watching, and my gosh, I cannot wait to see what happens next week.